Welcome back to another video. I'm Lovely Ruth, Miss Lovely Ruth. I am here today. Today is 12/21, a couple of days before Christmas. I am off today. However, I had an interview uh, with a recruiter and a hiring I want to say a hiring company um that looks for your job. So I should have done that a long time ago. I'm presently at a job. I like my job. It's part-time. I like the hours, but I don't like the pay. I like the pay, but I don't like the way it adds up with the hours. But I'm not complaining. I'm grateful for a job. God has blessed me with a job. Yes, and I'm so grateful. I'm so happy about that. And however, I do need to start looking for full-time, higher paying jobs in the meantime. So I'm still on the mission to get this. I know no job is perfect, but I'm praying for the perfect job for me. Um, yeah, it's definitely coming. The job for me is for me. So I suck at interviews. I really do. However, this lady that interviewed me today, she was so nice and she was helping me out. She was the recruiter, but she was like helping me out because I always freeze during interviews. And although my skills are here written on paper, coming out of my mouth I get clogged up. I don't know. I just get, you know, I freeze up and I don't know the exact words to say when in an interview. Hate interviews I always have. So I gotta practice, 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 and get to love to talk about myself. I like to talk, but do I like to talk about myself that much? That's about to change because if I'm gonna sell myself to a job, I have to sell myself to a job. So um I'm going to practice on that. I'm going to be more prepared. I'm going to present myself. I'm not shy to talk to people. I came out of that a long time ago. But to actually put into words what I did for 24 years is it's kind of hard because you know how good of a worker you are. You know what you can do, what you're capable of doing. However, you have to be the one to say it. I mean, people don't know, you have to be the one to say that. So I gotta practice that because if I get a call back from an actual client, I have to be prepared for that. That's the only way I'm gonna get in to a good paying job. So you guys just pray for me. Wish me luck or whatever y'all want to do. Just pray for me because I'm gonna need it. That is my little brother. Not my little brother, one of my older brothers, but I am going to talk to him now. I just wanted to get on here and say hi and tell you guys that I'm doing great. Everything is fine. Well, I think everything is fine. I believe that everything is great. This is a time uh, of season to give and be joyful and grateful and you know expect miracles and everything. And I just recently said that I was looking forward to the Christmas holidays, spending the Christmas holidays with my family and Christmas Eve and cooking and eating and being merry and stuff. But however, the by me announcing that and expecting that, well, guess what happens? Everything started going array. Like what now? So my son came over and said that Mama, they sent me home from his job. I don't feel, I'm just not feeling good. So they sent me home just in case if it's COVID. Do you know where I can get a COVID test? I say, anywhere. And I think that my sister has some kits. I know I have one, the at home kits. Um, so I told him get an on home kit from her and just do it, and find out. And before you know it, he's knocking on my door. I got the kid. I said, but I didn't tell you to come over here. I don't need to be sick. My grandbaby is here. He just recovering from the flu. So I had to keep him in the room. And then my son, when my kids get sick, it's like, oh my God, stop the world, right? So I helped him with his COVID. Mind you, he's getting a divorce, so he's not used to doing stuff on his own anyways. So that's my kid. That's my only son. So of course I'm going to help him. Hopefully I won't catch that stuff again because I've had it before. But sure enough, he has it. And I sent him home with Tylenol, cough syrup, told him to get some rest, get him some orange juice, and just kind of chill, relax, just take your Tylenol and give it some time. You'll get better. I'm praying for him. And my daughter, she doesn't feel good. She has um a little sore throat, which her son, which I have over here, well, I had over here, had the flu. He's been out of it, sleeping. We did the test on him, no COVID, but he had the flu, and now it's been like 5 days, 6 days for him. So he's getting better. I sent him home. It's something about. I was telling my daughter, it's something about a grandma's healing hands, her warmth, her just being around her, and her nurturing personality makes the kids feel better. Even though they feel lousy, it feels like home and warmth to them. So he's feeling better. I pray over him constantly. I always pray, even when he's sleeping. I'll catch a hold to him and I'll pray. I plead the blood on his body, and I just pray. And I know God hears me when I pray. He's always listening, and I'm grateful for that. So in turn, we may not be, and when the holidays come, the weather is getting worse, and it's always going to be something, right? So gotta be careful what you ask for, because the devil is listening to. He listens to your prayers. He tries to intercept, so he can have what he have. But I know God is going to take care of us. I know God is going to take care of my family. So, um, and all of that, I still look forward to um, the holidays. I'm still looking forward to that. We still got a couple of more days. I'm praying that my family get well and we all doing well and we all can still get together. And I'm one of those type of the moms that would go down with the ship when it comes to my loved ones, it comes to my family. My family is first. God is first in my family, and then whatever else falls behind that. So um I'm going to support my family and pray for their well-being, and love on them, and give them everything that they need that I could possibly give them. And we're going to be okay. We're going to be fine. God has us. I do believe that God is a good God. So he's going to provide all our needs, all our health needs, all our financial needs, everything. So yes, yes. What else? Yeah, I gotta work tomorrow. It's supposed to be 20 something degrees, and we gotta see how that goes before I go into that job. So it would be it would have been nice if I would have had enough, if I would have spent my money wisely, or if I would have just skimped on not spending money at all. I probably could have went another 2 months without working. But as it has it, I'm appreciative. I got a job. I thank God for that. And I know if he gave me this one in time of need, he would give me another one. I got a message this week. You know, my mentor, she said, God is God is our source. God is my source. I've always said that God is my source. No matter what job, no matter what you're doing, God provides. I mean, it's just not going to come any other way. God provides, right? And so he's my source. And if a job after 25, 30 years fail, you still have your source. Your source is there. He's just got something better waiting on you. When you do fall, or you something happens or whatever, he's still your source. And now I found out, well, Now I realize that he is my source and I am the resource. I am the resource. So I am supposed to make my own money, do my own thing, bring everything in because he's allowing this he's above. So he's my source. So he's gonna shower the things and opportunities down for me to grasp hold. And wow, I am the resource. I am the resource. He's the source. I am the resource. So whatever my mind is generating that I need to do and that it feels good and it's going to bring in some money or collateral or whatever it is within me to do it. So I I like that. I like that. So while I'm looking to work for someone, I'm looking also to be able to provide the thing to that I need to start my own business and then rely on my own money. And so my money will never run out and that I can really retire. This was a temporary voluntary retirement because you should not have to work for a company after doggone 25 years and get a 10-cent raise. Just not possible. That means that's saying that I actually was lazy and wasn't doing my job. And I beg the pardon on that because I do my job. I come there to work. I come there to win. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't what they want to say at the jobs now, teamwork makes the dream work, teamwork, this teamwork. You can be put in a team or on a team with a bunch of lazy, trifling people, and it's not a team. It's a monstrosity. What my grandson monstrosity. It's terrible. It's like being on a being with people that you don't mix with, that you don't click with them. How are you going to work with them? How are you going to come upon an agreement on something to get something done or make something better when the mixture doesn't mix? So that was my thing with this particular job. It had gotten to the point to where it was like I was over here and the people was over here, and it was like they had their own thing going and all this mixture of whatever, but it wasn't about work. So if it wasn't about work, I feel like it doesn't concern me. Your personal life, your personal business, your relationships, your children, your family, your whatever, it does not concern me when I come and clock in or sign in to work a thing. It does not concern me. Your personal whatever water cooler gossip does not concern me. That's not what I'm there for. So if you're having meetings and you're doing this and you're talking and you're not talking about work, that doesn't that's none of my business. You're talking work, we're getting together, we're agreeing on a layout, a plan, or something to execute or show or benefit from, then I'm in. I'm all the way in. I'm team. But if it's personal and you get off track of work, it's not for me. And I have always kind of like, God has always set me aside for something. I am not your typical um blend in the crowd type of person. I'm not. I'm just not. I'm uniquely made. I look different, I talk different, I dress different, I walk different, I am different. I stand out from the crowd. I am set aside for something um I guess something different. I don't know. And that gets me in a lot of trouble sometimes. It used to get me in a lot of trouble because I think maybe some people thought, oh, well, maybe she too good, or you know, she everybody looking for her for answers, or everybody like her, and I'm not a people person per se, as far as blending or talking to the wrong person. So if you're about gossiping and talking about people and stuff, I'm not going to be part of that. You might get my attention for a second, and then I'm going to try to ease out of that conversation, or I'm going to laugh and I'm going to walk off, or whatever. You're not going to even revisit that when you see me again. It's going to be like you have to start all over, and then when you start talking to demeaning people or whatever, I'm going to ease up out of that. That's just me. If it's work, we gonna do work. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the water cooler person. I notice people though. I observe people like they, people that talk and grin with their friends or conversate all day long and talking while they're working. I could lose concentration real fast. So I don't want to even hear that. So I have my headphones in. And so I let them have that. But at the end of the day, when I'm finishing up my work and I'm getting ready to pull my bags and my computer, my laptop, and everything, getting ready to go, and you looking over there like, like your work is not done. My work is done. So I'm going to feel a little obligated to help you with your work because it's just team, right? That's the team part that's dragging me in there. And so I'm helping you with your work. But every day you find time, 30, 40 minutes, hours at times to gossip and talk and laugh and BS around the office, up until 4:30. Honey, I want to be at home cooking my dinner at 4:30 at the latest. Or at home or doing something that's for me, personal for me, because I have a life outside of that job. So it had gotten so complicated. And as I worked, um, and it was like I was on my own team. I was answering to my own self for years, many, many years, and doing my job because my job didn't involve being in nobody's face. It's just was I was doing my thing, right? But when I got over to that other department and it was like girls and women, childishness and foolishness and jealousy and envious and all kinds of stuff that's going on personally, I don't like that. I'm just not that type of person. God didn't make me to be that type of person. I don't hate that about myself. I love being unique. You know what I'm saying? So I tried my best to find routes around it, go around it, or stop it in its tracks or avoid it in some kind of way. But you get dragged into meetings and you have to deal with these people and you got to deal with the gossip and you got to deal with the what is she doing, worried about what the next person doing. And I, yeah, it was time. I mean, I took a leap of faith because I felt like if I never do take that leap of faith, and mind you, as a disclaimer, I'm not gonna tell anyone to quit their job. That's between you and God. But I had no choice, and I sometimes think people think that I was crazy for doing it. Um, and my daughter said, "Well, you just could have put up with it," but I put up with it long enough. I did. I tried. I tried, and it's not even about the nasty, trifling attitudes those women had there. It wasn't even about that because I could overlook any character, any clowns, any of that antics. But when the personnel, when the company says, "Oh, split this amount up between your 5, 6 workers that you have under you," and I get 10 cents out of all my experience, all those years there, my ability to do my job, showing up when nobody else shows up, thrust into another whole different department to help out and to do this thing, and then you say to me, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna give you 10 cents, but I'm gonna give this person over here $5, $6, $7, $8 to get them up to $65,000 a year, and here you are still at maybe at 38. I don't even know because I tell you, I had been struggling for years trying to make ends meet on a full-time job, getting paid every week, and I felt like I was not getting any money at all. I was so depressed. I was getting to the point where my body was hurting that it was like I can't I couldn't even sitting in the parking lot to go in. It make me sick in the stomach. Or going to lunch, I would come back with my lunch and sit in my car And it was just the atmosphere. And God gives us beautiful days, and I'm looking at the sun, I'm looking around, but that atmosphere was like killing me for some reason. And mind you, the people, just dealing with the people, in there, it's like I could kind of like deal with that a little bit more, but it's just the idea of what this company overall, the overall thing about how this company view you, you know, it's crazy. Like, it's a corporate, so we're a number. And I've seen people try to step on your neck to get higher and can't even get higher. So I'm okay with making a paycheck roll into another paycheck into another paycheck, but when it get to the point where you're moving but standing still, you're stagnant at a job, it's time to leave. And maybe I should have just gotten the job first and then left, but I knew I had something to fall back on, which is God. God takes care of me, and I'm living proof of that I did take that leap of faith. I waited and patiently um um built up my relationship with God more, even more so, and found myself in what I'm worth. And the idea of I got scared. It was sometimes I got really, really scared. It was sometimes that I even wanted to maybe go back into a different department, or maybe to go back and do something different and away from that, and then being independent again, like I've always have been. It was times that I considered it, because I thought, hey, you know what? I gotta feed myself. I gotta, you know, generate some money in, on top of what the money that I did have. If I was generating some in, this would never run out, right? So I have to strategize. I have at least 7 to 8 more years to work. So I'm like, God, if anything, I appreciate the time off. I've never had time off. I never had time to think for myself. It was like work, work, work. Even with my having my kids, it was like have your baby and go back to work immediately. I had surgery on my knee. Have your surgery, come back to work. It was never a break. I never had a long break like this. And for me to take it like this, just walking off, because I couldn't tolerate it anymore. I was sick. And made me realize that, you know what? I had to do what was best for me. I'd rather be a whole person instead of a half sick person that's confused and let people run over them. And it's not even about you running over me, because it's so much that I'll take from you. And then I'll, hey, you know what? I'm gonna flip over some tables, right? So I had to get out. I mean, it was like I kept hearing this voice saying, do what's best for you. Even if I thought about it, I said, no, this is crazy. And then it said, yeah, and next second, it's like, you asked me for something and you won't let go of what you have. And so I'm struggling back for this. So I just said, I'm going to jump. I jumped. I exhausted all my resources. I pulled in all my resources that I have ever saved up. I said, you know what, I'm gonna take this time off, spend some time with my family, have a better relationship with God. I'm gonna find myself. I'm gonna love on myself. I'm gonna do videos to make myself feel like I am worthy of everything that I get. And so, um, yeah, that's what I did. Exactly what I did. Now, mind you, there were nights that I got up, walked the the the, the apartment, and prayed on what's next for me. I kept saying, "What's next for me, and what should I do?" and this and all the other prayers that I'm praying. God is just pouring them out, right? And I'm still thinking, what should I do next? I don't know what to do. Should I sell this? Should I do this? I'm already at the point of, trying, like, giving up. Like, I know I have to stay with my daughter. I'm gonna have to do, this, or I'm gonna have to call on the church to pray for me, and I'm gonna have to go back and, kiss people's butts, or beg, and I said, God don't want me to beg nobody for nothing. So even resources. And I don't know if I ever mentioned this to you guys. It was like being able to rely on government was a no, 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 no. It was like no, no, I couldn't get unemployment. Um, no, I couldn't get any kind of medical or assistant or whatever they call them, gold cards or whatever. I wasn't able to do that. I didn't get any rent assistance because it was like everything that I went after, food stamps or whatever that I went after. I applied to. I said I was gonna get in my car, drive over there, apply for it. These people was looking at me like, uh, you unemployed? Yes, I'm unemployed. Well, who paying for your rent? Well, I'm paying for my own rent because I had the money saved up, but I don't have any money coming in. So I do need some assistance. Well, you gotta go do this. You gotta go prove that you're not. You want me to go to a job that I don't work anymore? Give them a piece of paper saying, "Hey, she don't work no more." Bring it back to you because you don't believe or you don't want to go search it yourself that I am not working. So it was like every assistant housing, any kind of rent assistance, any kind of temporary uh help, anything was a flat dead end for me. I tried everything. I called around, I called this, I gave up. It was like my back of my head kept saying, the thoughts in the back of my head kept saying, you're not gonna get any assistance. Like you're not, because you're just not. Don't rely on that because you're 57 years old. I was 57 at the time. I just turned 58 in October. I'm 57, and you can still work, but you're too old to work for some jobs, and you're too young to work to get retirement or anything of that nature. And so you're stuck. Like you don't have no choice but to work. So I stuck. I said, okay, let me start looking for a job intensely. And so interviews sucked. It's like no job openings. It was like I kept thinking in the back of my mind, I have to do something. Maybe I have to start at a grocery store. Maybe I'll go to Food Town or something because I know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. And I said that'll be my last resort because, you know, cashiering is like, yeah. But I would have done it if I prayed about it and I told God, I said, you know what, at this point, I'm getting a little desperate. I'm not gonna lie to God. I won't lie to him. He knows your heart anyway. And I say, well, I don't want to do it. And I know you got something for me. I'm trusting that you have something for me. I'm trusting that's gonna get better. Wherever you put me, it's gonna get better. It's gonna keep growing and keep getting better. And I just have to trust you. And that night, it was one night couldn't sleep, and I was watching TVN, and Joseph Prince was saying, "Let go and let God." And you hear that all your life, right? All your life, let go, let God. And I did not see it. I did not get it in the sense that he pounded it out, letting go and letting God. Like I got it that time. I got it. It's like I don't have control over it. I don't have no choice but to let go of it because it's gone, right? I have to let go of the worrying. I have to, because there's nothing else you could do. You have to give it to God. So I said, I gave it to God. What else am I supposed to do? And they said, let go. I mean, when they say let go, he mean let go of the past, let go of those thoughts of going back, let go of the thoughts that you can't do this or these people ain't gonna hire you because of this. Just let it all go. And I told God, I say, I'm done. I can't. I'm done. Nobody call me. That's fine. I know somebody gonna call me. It's like I have less than a month to figure it out. And then I thought about it. I said, well, I don't have to figure it out. I already prayed about it. I already told God. I fast. I prayed about it. I know He's listening to me. And so when I said that, I got a phone call. I mean, I applied for this job, and then the next day they come. I say, so if it's meant for you, it's meant for you. It's nothing gonna be in the way of it. And right now, I've been on the job for three weeks, going on 4 weeks, but it's not my ideal job. But I am grateful, and sometimes you have to be grateful for what you get in the process of getting what God has for you. And so I've ran into a couple of people that I worked with. I'm not ashamed of this job. I really like this job because it's my It's something I've done before. I'm familiar with it. I like it. It's just me. I think me in general, working with other people, I think when you work with other people, you expect them to know you and understand you and get you, like I get her. But everybody is not on the same page as you. Everybody don't like you per se. Everybody ain't gonna want ain't gonna have the same ideas that you have or same perspective of things as you have. So remember, we're working with people that are in different bodies, in different mind frames, in different statuses in their lives. So we have to go in embracing what we know how to do. And that's the most important thing. What we know how to do and what we apply to our jobs, our personalities, or whatever, if it clashes, it just clashes. But long as the work gets done, I think nobody's perfect. And people that's been on the job longer than you, they're gonna have their own way of thinking, have their own way. They're probably looking at you like she's not getting this, or I don't do it like that, or she's not fast enough, or whatever the case may be. I always remember, and this is a lesson I'm learning now. I always remember you are one individual. You are there to contribute your part. Just put it that way. Um, filling in to a source, filling into a source where it rotates and it makes the company work. You're not gonna be nobody else but yourself. So whatever job comes along, and I've been getting a lot of job pop-ups, and it's still at the point where I don't know who to trust. There are scammers. It's like I'm spinning my wheels now because I'm getting these jobs, like I'm these emails and stuff, and then once you agree to that you're interested in, and they want to take you through all kinds of other formats, and it's like it's too much to go through. It's not like, hey, I got this job opening. You'll be perfect for it. Do you want to set up an interview? Yes. Okay. Uh, micro team, let's do Teams, or let's do Microsoft Teams or Zoom or whatever, something simple instead of all these little, you got to download this, you got to download this, and it's scammers. So you don't know. And then, I don't know. My information is out there everywhere, and I am saying to myself, I was sitting up here thinking the other day. I said somebody from 2 months ago where I applied, or 3 months ago that I applied to, is gonna call me. Somebody gonna say, you know what, you applied back in such and such, and I was interested, seeing if you were still interested, and that happened today. But it was a recruiter, so it was an interview to get an interview. So hopefully that'll work out. I am very appreciative of this job that I have. I like this job. I really like this job. I just got to get some more information on as how to do my job the best that I can do my job. I want to be better than the person before me. You know what I'm saying? I want it in my blood, and once I get it in my blood, in my nature, it's going to be second nature to me. And but I'm telling you, this would be perfect for me if there was more money and there was more hours. I would say full time, because a full time job would actually put me back right with medical and dental and the things that I love, two things that I love, and my 401k again. So I have to, and I've already talked to God about it, because He knows my heart. He knows what I need, and He knows it when I need it. So yeah, that's the only, otherwise I wouldn't. If I was married and that it was somebody else with an income helping me, child, this job would be perfect for me. It's just the right amount of time, it's just the right amount of work. It's perfect. But there is nobody else, so it's just me. It's one income. So this is like um back when I didn't have any responsibilities, like an apartment and a car and car insurance and medical bills and all this other stuff. So grateful, very grateful, very grateful. I am grateful. Just wanted to say that. I don't want to discourage anybody, but yes, I am grateful. God is always right on time. It's right on time, and He will do it. And I always find myself like the old church people say, "Won't He do it? He will do it. God will do it. He'll do it. He'll take care of us. Just trust Him and believe He will take care of us." I am hungry. I've been on here 35 minutes. I am so hungry. I'm gonna go eat and keep my strength up and relax because I gotta go to work in this bad weather tomorrow. And looking forward to Christmas. That's a plus. And looking forward to the next year, 2023. I'm going to get back on here and we're going to talk about what to expect in 2023. I have so many dreams, so many things, and so many goals that I want to accomplish in 2023. You're never too old to set goals and to have something to look forward to. Never too old, never too young. So remember that. And maybe we could maybe walk in the new year because hey, I have nothing to do. So let's just do that together. Let's just come bring the New Year's in together, talk about some old stories and laugh about that. So yeah, that's something to look forward to. I am going to go now. Hope you guys are enjoying your day. I hope you guys enjoy your evening even better. Love on yourself, love who you are so that you can love others. Love on your family, reach out to your family. There are some family members that hadn't talked to you for years. It's a perfect time of year. It's a perfect excuse to say, hey, I'll just check it on you, Merry Christmas or whatever, and let it go, and just move on. But at least you've done that. Make amends. That's what I want to tell everybody. Make amends to those people who have captured you. And when I say captured, they have gotten you to the place where you're in captivity because you think you forgave them, but by you not talking to them and not reacting to them or not responding to them and just ignoring it, it's like you're suppressing it. Be the bigger person. Be the bigger person. Say, hey, you know what? Squash that. Hey, hi, I'm okay. I hope you're okay. Hope you're doing good. I miss you. Talk to you later and move on. But don't go into 2023 with any resentments, any regrets, any personal vendettas that you may have. Especially we are known to hold vendettas to against our family members, which we shouldn't, or anybody, because you're not promised tomorrow. And so when you're not promised tomorrow, do you not know what you would leave a person to feel after you've gone and they still had this thing, or you in fact still had this thing, that person passed, and that you had this squabble with that person, and you like, oh, I should have told them how I felt, and I should have just told them, I forgave you, or it's so we have so much pride and we don't like to walk up to people and say we forgave them because we don't like to let go of things that we were wrong about, or they don't like to let go of things they were sure they was right about, and it lingers on, especially in my family. Just goes on and on. Could be mad at each other. We can be mad at our brothers and sisters for years if we have to, because it's just a pride thing. And I think I'm right with everybody. If I'm not, it may be one person I need to talk to, but he's difficult to talk to. And I still love my brother. I mean, I love him. I don't know what's going on with him. And I used to worry about, what's going on with people. But I tell God also, if it's too much for me, I'll ask him to move that mountain. I'll ask him to take care of it, or to show me, or, you know, make it right with us, between us. And that's all you can do with that, really. But don't go into next year and thinking that, and don't go try to find people and try to fix things when God is telling you, if He's not giving you permission to do that, because it's going to make your life more miserable. And I know I'm sounding oxymoron, but sometimes I remember the beginning of this year, I remember saying to myself, my resolution is to amend relationships. Like I have three or four brothers and sisters that I need to do better by. And I'm like, okay, reaching out to them, and then they was like, okay, good to talk to you and whatever. I think it was last year, and yeah, then they started in on me like, would you do this for me? I have to go to the store. I have to do this. I have to do this. I said, okay, I'll take you to the store. No, I got to be there at 9. I want to be there at 9. If I'm not there at 9, you can't help me. Da 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 da. And they put stipulations on me. It was like they was pulling me into captivity. It's like I had to bend in order to have a relationship with them. I had to prove myself and do more than I would have if I would have let God handle it and show me how to handle them. So don't go making that mistake. Don't go and look for people to, okay, I'm gonna get brownie points, or I'm gonna fix this. And you can't, sometimes you can't fix things on your own. You have to do it through God, because you cannot go out there and say, hey, you know what? I'm finna start a relationship with my brother. I'm finna start doing right by him. Well, what about your life? You got a schedule, you got to work, you got your family, you got things to do, you got expenses, and you can't be attentive to them 24/7. You know, you got to compromise. They have to compromise. You know what I'm saying? So if you have a love them for a distance from a distance, then you're okay with that too. That's good too. That's good too. So you put it in your heart to love them. You love them, right? So I think that's a start. I think that's a start. We're gonna talk about how to get there. You know, we're going to do something different in 2023. 2023 is going to be the bomb year. Yes, it's going to be great. It's going to be a great one. It's going to be good. It has to be. We've seen some really tough years in the last past 3 or 4 years. It's been like, you know what I mean? So it's gonna get better. It's got to. It has no choice. It's got to be better. Okay, y'all. I have to go. I have to make some phone calls. I gotta eat. I have to do a couple of things before tomorrow. Yeah, yeah. And just be careful, because even though this is a season, I'm not gonna ease back into a conversation, but I'm just gonna say this real quick. It's a season of giving. It's a season of joy and love and everything, and that's my motto when I get up in the morning. That's my goal, to see this and do this and disperse happiness and joy and whatever. But then on the same token, life is hard right now. It's like I said to my daughter, I said, I'm getting up, and if I look at my bank account, man, it's like my bank. I mean, the devil have to try it though, don't he? When I look at my bank account, it's like my bank personally has a curse or a vendetta on me. It's like every time I look up, the bank is eating me up or charging me a overdraft, or and I'm not even doing anything. I'm not in there. I'm not overspending. I'm not. It's like I have money there. I'm putting in there towards my rent or towards my car note, and before you know it, it's gone because something went through, or hey, you know what? This he needs to be put in the bank. Is like, when I had the money in there, and it was nothing going through there, my money sit there. But when I have a little bit of money, it's like, let me have it. Let me take this. Let me take this. Let me take this, so that I can charge her for everything else that come through. I'm gonna charge her for this. I'm gonna pay the big bill, charge her a fee for that, and any little other little tiny thing that comes through there. I looked up a couple of weeks ago. I had three $34 fees on my account. I say, who in the world has 100 and something dollars to spend on negligence of fees, which my bank's supposed to be looking out for my money? Turn it around. If something goes through that I forgot about it, don't pay it. I ain't asking you to pay it. You know what I'm saying? So I know how the bank system works or whatever. But it's just so funny how there's an attack on my bank account right now. So I'm looking at it as a blessing to come. It can't be nothing else, because it's hard. And if you let it get to you and you consume yourself with it, it'll get you. it'll get you. So right now I'm like, I don't want to go into my bank account. I see alerts when they come up. My credit is shot to hell right now because of, my transitioning from not working to working. And I'm not blaming anybody. I'm not even complaining because God is good, because I could have been worse, worse, worse off. So it's a blessing. That is a true miracle that I am even getting a paycheck right now. So I'm grateful. I'm not where I used to be. I'm not where I wait, let me say that. I'm not where I'm going, I'm supposed to be. I am where I'm supposed to be. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm not where I used to be. So I thank God for that. I don't want to ever be in um, a miserable state like I was in my past job. And I want to be happy, and I want to be grateful, and I want to be um better off, and I feel like I'm way better off than I was. I honestly think that, because my life has changed for the better. It's growing. You know what I'm saying? And if there's growth, there's life. So I'm grateful for that. I'm living. I'm living. And if I just hold on a little while longer, God is going to show me more. That's what I believe. So, okay, you guys, I'm going to leave you with that. I'm going to take this interview shirt I had on today off and get relaxed and eat and check on my people. And I will talk to you guys in a later video. I love you guys. Always remember, God loves you. God loves you. If I don't know anything, if I don't ever say anything right, if I stumble on my words, if I get mixed up or whatever, one thing that I do know is that God loves you. God loves us. He really, he thought of everything. He loved us so much. He gave the one and only. He gave of himself for us. So I know he loves you. If anybody else, you can't even think of anybody that loves you, God loves you. Trust me, God loves you. And one day I inspire. I might get that one day. I inspire to be on um what you call that, the TED Talks. I gotta get my speech right. The TED Talks. TED Talk. Oh, I love that. I love that. They even have a channel up on it now. It's on YouTube, but I aspire to watch some of those TED Talks. Yeah, they inspire me. I look and I'm in awe of some of those speeches and some of those motivational speakers on there. Oh my gosh. So I aspire to be on that show one day talking to you guys. So let's see. We'll see. Okay. Yeah, I really do. I have to go. I have to go. And I will talk to you guys in a later video. Love you. Bye.